Okay, taking apart an actuating bellows and valve system that softens or adjusts the loudness of the player piano. Yeah, I have one for the bass notes and one for the treble notes. This one is non-operational. I've sealed it here temporarily with some RTV silicone, but afterwards I found that the valve system in there isn't working. It's leaking vacuum. So what I'll try to do is repair the valve temporarily before I do the whole piano system. I just want to see by curiosity if I can't solve the problem. So on one side you have your pouch, and on the block itself you have the valve in there, which I will be taking out. As the pouch itself, it appears to be good, but I've noticed that it has become unglued here, so I have leakage there, so I'll have to glue that part in there, glue it back in place. It doesn't have any perforation and it's still soft. And now I'll take the valve itself out of there. You have 4 retaining screws, 2 which are shorter than the 2 other ones because you have your support here that keeps the valve itself in line. These are the 2 short screws. Now I'm removing the 2 longer ones. And here is the valve. Now it appears that, oops, I dropped a screw. Got to be careful with that. It appears that somebody played with it, because I have this hard part here, which is like a sort of bait light, and I have this felt which has some sort of a coating on it, which appears to be all cracked up and falling apart. So what I'll be trying to do is replacing that section with a piece of leather. As for the other part of the valve, you just unscrew the poppet, the little button on it, being careful not to strip. Then there's a little felt bushing, so you unscrew it so you don't damage that. And that's the seating, taking care of noticing if it's warped or if there's some stuff stuck to it, or making sure that it's flat and have a good contact. And this is the other part of the valve itself, which appears to have completely dried out. So I'll be looking into this part too. Now I'm going to locate my screw that fell on the floor, and I made this little punch. Don't know if you can. It's to punch the inside hole of the leather that I'll be using. It has to have, the hole is smaller than, it's about 85,000th of an inch hole, and the leather themselves must be punched about that size to have a tight fit over the shaft. So the next step will be when I'm ready to put it back together, and hopefully it'll run. Comment ça fait qu'il avait fermé?